Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the PGL Dota 2 Open Qualifiers Bucharest. We're going to be taking a look at the second round here of the EU qualifiers. It's mouz Sports versus Team Kinguin, game number 2. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Aosin, and we've got a hell of a draft so far. Pretty much everything the same through the first several picks. Kinguin, though, going to decide to take the Batrider, and that's the big difference with the AA now.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, man. I'm really surprised that mouz Sports are going to let this Necrophos through all the way again. Just not banning it out, not picking it for themselves as well. I don't know. I feel a little scared for mouz Sports right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just they think that they have a new plan now for a way to deal with it. I mean, Beastmaster, I guess you've got like strong single target disable there. This in general is looking like a very push-heavy draft from mouz. Maybe they're just hoping that that's going to be a way to contend with him, that you instead get that big ball of death and try and fight Kinguin like that.
I mean, they definitely have the tower damage, but I don't know if you can call it a big ball of death when Kinguin have a better big ball of death. I think the Necrophos alone is a better ball of death. Yeah,
he's a pretty ridiculous hero nowadays, isn't he?
He really is.
Well, it is also going to be a Sven ban. Is there anything that really does help to counter this out that you think they're going to be going for eventually, mouz Sports, or like they're on the last pick here? What else do they need? Because it's probably going to be Thug playing Veno again, I would imagine.
What do they need? They definitely need a carry that can help the team sustain, I suppose, or someone you can fight early with. There's no Beastmaster follow-up either. Maybe it's Invoker?
Oh, I'm gonna go for the Slark.
Slark? What?
You not a believer?
I am 100% not a believer.
Alright, talk to me about this hero. We never see him in competitive anymore, it feels like.
Yeah, it's because he's very weak unless he has a good start, and not to mention, even if he does have a good start, there's a ton of heroes on the other side that counter him out, right? Like Ancient Apparition alone, more than enough of an answer, and Kinguin end up picking up the Clinks. Clinks is very good against Slark, because Slark definitely has issues against heroes that do a lot of physical damage early on, because a lot of the pickups you have don't really give you that armor that you want. You know, a lot of people go, what is it, Shadow Blade, Echo Saber, for example,
right? And
you're sitting at around 10 armor or so, and then by the time you finish those two items, Clinks most likely has either a Medallion or Medallion and Desolator, or even just a Desolator alone. No matter how you build up the minus armor, you're gonna end up with, you know, below 5 armor, and then you get 3-shotted.
Oh, and that's going to be the real big question, is like, how do they deal with that? It doesn't feel like there's a great answer, and maybe that's why it's such a good last pick coming out from Kinguin. I'm scared. I don't know if this is going to end up working out too well for them, and if it does start to look like it's turning into the favor of Kinguin, do you expect it to be a pretty heavy slide, or do you think that these drafts have the potential at least to be fairly even?
I think that in my opinion, mouz Sports just has to have a good start.
Okay.
If they don't have a good start, I think that Kinguin are just going to snowball this game. I don't see how mouz Sports are going to be able to win this game off of a bad start. They pretty much have to either stay equal, or else it's just going to be over.
What's happening?
No, he's not flaming or anything. He's basically saying that he understands the frustrations of network problems. Like, it is the most triggering thing ever when your internet sucks and you're trying to play Dota.
Yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
Okay. You take it. LOL! LOL!
I mean, that's some pretty good writing.
Yeah? Wait, what?
Whoa.
No, I didn't see.
Wait, which what are you looking at? Which
I was looking at Madara. He said lol.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. No, Nisha wrote LOL on the mini map, and it was right.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Maybe I have him muted or something. Nope, no players muted. We're good.
Wait, how would you mute any players?
Well, sometimes I actually had to mute a whole team once because they kept spamming the chat wheel nonstop.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah. That's not a concern anymore for us, sadly. But you know how it goes. You know how it goes.
We're going to see... There's going to be some deja vu in this middle lane. Maybe next time going to be blocking it out just to make sure that the wave is on their hill. Going to be galing? Not going to gale.
Well, the other thing to keep our eyes on here is Madara against the Patos Batrider. He does need to be a little bit careful because Madara has skilled up Pounce already, so they will be able to catch here. It does also mean, though, that they won't have Dark Pack for afterwards, but they might still be able to find the kill onto Patos. Chasing for this one, looking for it, but Madara, he's going to be in trouble. They do have the salve used for both of them, so at the end of the day, Patos is going to be fine, and now he knows that there's no Dark Pack to take off his sticky napalm. But he should get it next.
I don't think he's too worried. He knows that Batrider not going to be very close to 2. He will get it after this range creep, so then he has to be a little careful now. Especially since he is level 1 still. Uh-oh. Back horse here.
Look. Oh, almost able to get that courier, but instead, not going to happen. Yeah, they're going in, and Spartan, he's going to fall here. First Blood looking to go the way of Kinguin, and still level 1 right now. Madara could be struggling a little bit here. Top lane, they find the kill though onto Exotic Deer. Nice little snipe. Fissure and a little bit of those wild axes takes him down. Alicia's actually stuck on the wrong side of Fissure. He should be able to get out of there fine, I think. Yeah. So all in all, just a couple trades. Supports for both of the... Well, it's the Clink's going down, not the Sport, so a little bit better for the favor of Mouse.
So this off lane is doing well, but I think given a little bit more time, Clink's not going to have an issue. In fact, he's probably going to come out on top in the end, I would have to imagine. It really depends on how many more times you can shut him down before he hits 6, because once you get Death Pack going, it is so hard to kill off the Clinks.
Yeah. Well,
this is also another issue with the Slark pick against a Batrider. Like somewhere down the line, Slark does very well against a Batrider because of how Dark Pack works, but when it comes to laning, Batrider just completely dumps on Slark. It's so hard for Slark to lane in this matchup.
Can't you just Dark Pack off the stickies though?
Oh yeah, you can, but that's it's like it's not enough.
Okay.
Basically, because the thing is, Batrider is strong enough that if he catches you out of position, even if you have like, let's say you have 3 stacks on you and you get Fireflied on, if you can't leap away, then and you know make some distance from the Batrider, he'll just start restacking on you, and you can't exactly Dark Pack over and over again.
That's fair. Well, that's a problem. And we'll have to see if that comes into play here. It is also going to be the Nyx Assassin that, you know, causes some issues there as well. He's coming down to the bottom lane with the Impale ready. So a little bit hard sometimes to hit that stun, but maybe easier if you know that like the Slark can only run in one way. Otherwise, he's going to end up getting caught out by the, like, or just because of all the sticky napalm stacks on him.
So I definitely worry. Oh, some.
Eto gege.
It looks like everyone misses the chat wheel as well.
Yeah. It really is sad. And a whole nother month before a new patch. That's the other one that's just like the kicker, you know?
Just go play something else.
No, man, I want to play Dota. I transferred over my my seasonal MMR. I gained like 1,000 ranked team MMR.
Wow, team MMR.
I had to do it because I couldn't play with a lot of people before. Like, I couldn't play ranked with people.
So what are you at now? 2.7?
Oh, you know it. Actually, half that.
What is it actually?
I'm not saying on stream. You think I'm crazy?
Alright.
You think I'm crazy?
Radiant are scanning.
This is like asking women for their age or weight.
Exactly.
You don't ask a Dota player their MMR.
All right. Well, you talked about it before. Spartan again in trouble. He only comes back in order to end up dying yet again.
I mean, look at Madara's build. If he doesn't take Essence Shift, they don't have damage. And if he takes Dark Pact, if he takes Essence Shift, he runs the risk of not being able to cleanse the Dark Pact or the Sticky Napalm. And then if he takes the Dark Pact, he has no damage to pressure out this Bad Rider. So really needs the level 3, but I think at this point it's a little too late. This Bad Rider is just kind of doing whatever he wants.
Yeah. Well, the plus side is that Exotic Deer is not having the time of his life either. And with the dust used, maybe the next assassin can come in and stitch it up. And no. They will find the kill on the Skylark, it looks like, as Alicia running in, chasing him down, and getting the kill. That's another thing to keep in mind as they find the Shackles mid and trying to bring down Nisha, and looks like he is going to die, is that you do have Ancient Apparition also against this Slark, which is often thought of as a counter.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is one of the best counters against the Slark. This is why the Slark pick was so questionable to me.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool though. You look at AA's build. This is one of the few times I don't actually see Cold Feet coming out of him. He ends up going for 2 points in Chilling Touch as well as Ice Vortex because of the fact that he has this team. And just look at how much damage they do. Just chunking Skylark. He's gonna go down. Kakor, why didn't you give that to Exotic Deer?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That would have been nice. He's already struggling a little bit. Are they gonna get him? Oh, Nisha. Well, it looked so good earlier. Has not looked as great now. So it does feel like they've at least found a bit of an answer for that Necrophos in lane.
Bug gets a regeneration.
Yeah, rip.
The dream.
But he has the no wards build.
Yeah, I think this is the right build against Necrophos. Just go for the fighting build.
Yep.
It's really annoying to deal with. It does a lot of damage, surprisingly. Madara not going to go on this. Bad Rider has to be careful, though. The wraparound from Spartan, if they get this...
They don't have range. They're not able to catch him, and instead it's going to be Spartan that's in trouble. It's going to... Well, you realize this TP is not going to work. So Spartan going to die. Patos picks up the kill. He has had a great start for himself. Level 5 already. Not maybe as good as Skylark with all of the kills he's been a part of, but I guess Skylark has died too, whereas Bat Rider is not died yet. Oh, and they're moving mid? Whoa. Alright. Getting feisty. Nisha's here. Doesn't quite have level 6 yet, but Thug coming in the area. There is going to be an impale from Kakor, and should be the death of Thug as they chase him down, and another kill for this Bat Rider.
Let's prospect.
Yeah, very nicely done. It's very unexpected as well. You never really see a Bad Rider just come into your lane, smoked up with the support at this stage of the game. So very impressive stuff. Bad Rider, does he have any stacks to work with? Not really, just kind of like a little bit here. Gonna be working towards his level 6 now.
We have the Shaman who's come mid, also the long duration smoke, and they're moving forward to see if they can find this kill now. Onto Nisha. They have a fissure as well, but they get him. He's on the right side of it. I think that Nisha is playing an imbalance here. They actually decide to turn back around. He has Reaper Sight, but he didn't use it. Oh, he's gonna end up ticking down because of that.
No,
if he... Okay, yeah.
He's got one heal as well as the strong.
Okay. I was tripping. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to trip. I thought he was dead for sure. Madara, on the other hand, man, look at those little punches that he's getting in the face right now from Ancient Apparition. He's level 6, though, so regen will be there now.
Nice little stack here. Gonna take forever to clear.
No.
Gonna have to regen up, Dark Pack, regen up, Dark Pack. Oh, actually, no, he made the pull happen, so should be able to Dark Pack this down.
Well, and he does need to be a little bit careful because Alicia's going to come in and maybe can soak up some of that experience here. If he gets to level 6, that would be big.
Unexpected rotations part 2. Here we go.
Bat Rider lasso, not actually up.
He doesn't have the lasso, he's only level 5.
But
very nice.
they will still find that kill. Yeah. Well done.
Fun times. Reaper having to sit on the sidelines for 40
Radiant's
seconds.
middle tower
7
is under
minutes.
attack.
Truly
Radiant
feels bad.
structures are
It ain't great. It ain't great. Exotic Deer is getting close to his level 6. He has been a little bit further behind. You can see 22-2 versus the 44-4 of the Slark. I still am worried, though, about Madara's capabilities of carrying this since they have the Ancient Apparition already there. And, well, it looks like they're going to be going for a kill now onto Exotic Deer. They don't have Dust, though. Earthshaker had it. Exotic Deer chasing now with Gakor there as well. They've got the Impale. Got the Vision. Maybe next time. Fully blocked in, and they give the kill away to the Clinks.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And this is kind of the scary part. He's about to hit 6, but decent amount of space made. By maybe next time, going to be able to allow Skylark to get a lot of damage on this tower. Is Exotic Deer 6 yet?
Yeah.
No, he is not. Oh, gets
there he
the
is.
Hawk. Now he is.
I thought you meant Alicia, who is 6 now, and I was wondering if this is going to go for Mardara. Yeah, that's actually, I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like it's kind of bad that the A gets 6 before your Clinks.
I mean, hey, it's a very useful ultimate to have at this stage of the game. You know, you can actually just set up for your Necrophos. Necrophos can just wait for the A ult to come in, and then you just Reapers up.
And likewise, Slark's not going to feel comfortable at all, but this is going to be a jump forward. Spartan, they realize now that this is coming in, and there's no way for him to get out of this, I don't believe.
Yeah, I think he's
super dead. Super duper dead.
Gets off one more spell. 4 to 10 in 9 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower
Laning phase
is
kind of going how I somewhat kind of expected it. Honestly, I think this is better than I expected for Mouse Sports. I thought they would have lost the laning phase even harder than this, but
yeah.
Somehow Madara able to be top net worth is a very big win for them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They just need him to go off this game and get everything done for them, but it is going to be tough. And they are still like top net worth across the board, actually.
The thing is, Beastmaster is actually doing pretty well for himself. He could actually somewhat carry you up until, you know, your Slark is actually ready to fight.
There's an AA Blast coming in. It's going to connect on to only the Beastmaster, and Gakor is going to drop. So
I mean, the rest of the Dire is here, though. They got to be careful. They smoke up. It gets braked immediately. Do they have detection?
They do have detection. It comes out a little bit late, though. Nisha may be baiting this. They really need to be careful. Reaper Scythe right here could just throw a whole big wrench in the works. And Nisha's looking. They have vision. Maybe next time. Going to get Reaper. Going to almost get killed off. That might still be enough. They roar to turn it, but already gonna end up losing more. Yeah, Nisha was got it, so he's gonna have the regen, and now the AA Blast going to apply the debuff onto one. Maybe it ends up killing him. A double for Nisha. Yeah, this is quite bad.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has
the snowball might be beginning here. The Nyx Assassin is level 6 in that team fight, and Nisha has his Veil now, despite the resources that Mouse Sports threw into the mid lane to shut down Nisha. He's already made his way back up.
I mean, if there is a plus side, it's that Slark has gotten good farm, and he's getting closer to that Shadow Blade. Do you think now is the time for Kinguin to try and put the pressure onto him? Do you think maybe like sending an Ancient Apparition Blast up there with the Nyx is the way to go?
If they can get that through, sure. That would be very good for them, but I think at this stage, even if your Slark manages to get that Shadow Blade, he can't do this on his own. Like, this has to be, you know, team fights won together as a team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody that Gakor finds right here is probably dead.
Radiant are scanning.
There's no AA ult yet.
There is
Radiant. They scan someone out.
They have it back up in 3.
Dire are scanning.
Dire scan, don't see anybody there. They do run into Skylark here. The Beastmaster now. K-Core walking inside of a ward. He is going to be forced to run away, but up top, Slarky Slark able to get away from that one. That was very close to being a huge problem for Madara, but they weren't quite able to get the lasso out from Pathos. Good reaction time by Slark.
He does have Shadow Blade now, but will it amount to anything?
They have another Ice Blast in 8 seconds. Smoke mid. Moving in. Thug is there. He breaks the smoke, pull him back in, and that's going to be a kill. They also hold on to the Ice Blast. They can use it for the next engagement if they want. Well, Slark continues to farm, but bottom, Beastmaster and Shadow Shaman take down the tower. So even though there's a kill mid, it is not going to be for nothing.
Very nicely done. Bottom lane, Exotic Deer setting up on Skylark.
Yep, they got the Nyx there as well, but Spartan just outside of range. They get that initiation and Pale off the mark. Skylark still living, but gonna take some more damage there. They need to hit him here, and looks like Exotic Deer should be able to get that kill, I believe. Well, he just watches himself die. Spartan ends up dying as well. So throughout the last couple minutes, 3 dead around the map, and Madara gonna keep on farming. Alicia right next to him.
This must be so frustrating to play for Mouse Sports because I'm just watching Spartan, and you can definitely tell that he is lagging. Like everything he does just feels so delayed. Oh, top lane.
Yep.
Madara gonna find his first kill. Very nicely done. And he's gonna need a lot more of this, but it is a start.
Yep. For sure. So, what is the Clink's going to be going for? It looks like he's going to go Deso, so he just wants to go for the damage. I was wondering if it might have been a game that it's worth it to go for like a...
Orchid?
Yeah.
I think going for the Deso is a little better, because you don't want to run the risk of having yourself getting picked off, right, with the Orchid and 11s. It's a little risky, so just play with the team instead. Having that Deso is definitely going to help out your team a lot more than an Orchid would.
Yeah,
lowering the armor on heroes for others to focus on, or even towers. Spartan, he's solo smoke.
Get some wards down, I guess. Doesn't have dust either, so it might just run to Clank.
He's looking for this.
All right, there's the catch. That's a good one. Ice Blast to follow, though. They turn around. Good amount of damage. They've already taken one. Madara in a little bit of trouble. This Ice Blast debuff is on him, and he is going to kill himself.
And this is exactly why it is so risky to pick Slark into Ancient Apparition. He is so reliant. Like, one of the biggest defenses, or defense mechanisms that a Slark has is his ability to regen when he uses his ulti or Shadow Blades under, or when there's no vision for the Shadow Blade. So, Ancient Apparition doesn't care too much about that.
He might get ran at here. He does have Ice Blast again in 3 seconds. They try and get the stun onto him. Roar is there, but...
The turnaround is here, so you gotta be careful. And then they have AA ulti again.
Skylark? Skylark, I got some bad news, buddy. I don't think you're getting out of this one.
I think you just hit the stun here. Yeah. No need to get greedy with the Vendetta hit. Just let your Clinks get the job done.
Man. Well, they did force rotations back at the very least, so they did save the tower down bottom, and the wards were also dropped by Spartan, though. That's kind of unfortunate.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this definitely... I think that you're right about the lag and stuff, too, because... I mean, that last one, he was able to get it pretty well onto Exotic Deer. But it's also, I guess, been some of, like, the choices as far as the movements around the map has been a little sketchy, too.
I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if they were setting up ganks, and they probably might even be like share controlling heroes so that he plays a different hero whenever they go for ganks and someone else plays his hero.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised. Like when people lag, that's my go-to solution.
Damn, next level strats.
Like if you're lagging and your carry is just farming, just share control, let your carry play the support, and you go farm.
Okay, Core. Finding Thug here. This is going to be a pretty easy pick off, and using everything on it. The Reaper sight comes out as well. That's going to be another kill. and maybe a tier 2 tower as well. We'll see if anybody wants to come and try and contest this, but it feels really hard for them to do anything. Like, Madara just does not have the farm to carry, and he's not the hero that needs to be able to fight into this.
Radiant structures are
I want to go on this. They're staring him in the face. He does not have Death Pack. This is a big kill.
Oh, no.
Kill.
Exotic deer. No. All right.
Dire's top
They
tower
caked
is
that
under
kill.
Very
attack.
nice trick off. And they gave it to maybe next time, too. I think that's Roar, actually.
All right. Roar now down as well. They've caught on the Ancient Apparition. He's going to go down, and well, Kinguin maybe getting a little bit too big for the britches. They do kill off Skylark, but likewise will be K4 running away. Echo Slam down, connects onto the Batrider. Pathos still there as well. Nisha, no more Reaper Scythe, but they can still chase this and keep vision on all these heroes. Maybe next time he's relatively close to a blink, but will be shut down before that happens. And well, Madara is still looking as they've been able to find themselves Spartan. He's going to end up getting that Earn Charge on him, and one more tick. That's going to be the kill. TP away. Madara can't do it.
Would have killed him if the pounce connected. He still had a Shadow Blade for bonus damage. But unfortunately, not going to get that. Skylark only having Necro 1. Can't look towards the Beastmaster for mid-game carry now. Gonna have to rely on the Slark as well as the Venomancer now.
Oh, and it's only a 2,000 gold lead, but it's 23-9. So kills don't tell the whole story, but they tell a little bit of the story of how it might look going forward. How concerned are you for Mouse Sports as this game goes on?
Oh, I'm definitely concerned for them. Concerned for them from the start, just by looking at the draft. Like, 2,000 gold lead with this kind of a matchup, I feel like is already too much for them to ever take a fight.
So if they did need to take a fight, like, what does that look like then? Well, Madara might find a pick off here. He's too afraid. They realize that you got some vision right there, and they're going to back out again. They know that Slark is here. But yeah, if they had to take a fight, what would it look like?
It would pretty much always have to look like Ancient Apparition dying before team fights even begin. They have to kill off the Ancient Apparition and not let their Slark get AA ulted.
Okay.
A little bit of an interesting build here. Ancient Apparition gonna go for the double wand strat and save up 34 charges.
What the hell is he doing?
I think he accidentally bought another one when he was getting ganked.
Alright.
So a little unfortunate, but not the biggest loss. At least it gives you some stats.
Radiant are scanning.
If you really, really felt like it, you could save up a 17 wand charge and just kind of hold on to it. And then start charging the other one.
Back your wand.
Yeah, dude. It's like saving batteries.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I would replicate it again in the future, but you gotta
I tried
do
it
what you
before.
can
It's the worst thing ever.
Radiant's
Really?
middle tower is
It
under
is so
attack.
terrible.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's got the 90 GP, I'm telling. He's happy.
Dire's top
Deny
tower
comes out from
has
Exotic
been
Deer. He has
denied.
his Deso completed.
Radiant's
Bottom lane,
middle
it is
tower
still
is
Slark
under
who's going to have
attack.
to come back and fight this, it looks like, as the rest of the TPs are going towards the top lane, and they are trying to find themselves more than just Spartan. Skylark,
Radiant's middle tower
he doesn't
has
have a
been
TP,
denied.
actually. Oh, man. And now they're heading up here. They find themselves a Skylark with no TP. He is going to end up going down. Ice Blast comes through. It misses off the mark, but they'll still be able to burn him to death. And quick little right click coming from that Clinks.
Gonna give that kill to Prince as well. Deso Medallion gonna be going for the BKB next, and I think once the BKB comes out, I don't think the Slark and Beastmaster are gonna be enough damage for this. He's just gonna stand there and right click everyone down.
He's got good armor too, that Medallion. 22 currently. Some of that might be because of the tower. Yeah. They're going on Madara, and as soon as that happens, they run the hell away.
Unfortunate for Madara. He was trying to be as patient as possible. I think he ran out a little too quickly with that Shadow Blade. Oh, looks like there's gonna be a fight breaking out here. Thug gets caught out.
Well, nice catch there, but the shackle's now immediately broken. And, well, that could end up looking rather rough. They end up being able to find the roar onto the Bat Rider. He's actually out of mana, but the Force Staff to the high ground. Able to get away. They pop the Shrine. Now Madara in some trouble as well if he sticks around too long. He's taking a lot of damage over time. They get the Echo off as well. That connects onto Clinks. He is going to end up falling. So suddenly,
Madara's going to die there, probably.
Yeah, they wanted to be able to get something more, but there was no Ice Blast that fight, and even still, it wasn't enough. Meanwhile, maybe next time, looking for the initiation, the Fissure comes out as well, and they're draining all this mana. Alicia going to TP back and maybe go for the Ice Blast afterwards. As Skylark getting chased in as well. They going to miss on that Ice Blast. Hits on the Venno at the very least. Skylark is dead, and now K-Core looking to see if he can finish off Thug. He got Force Staffed forward. They find that Impale, and now he's also going to go down. So the final tally is going to end up being about 3 for 1, if I'm not mistaken, and a pause right at the end.
You know, you always find yourself in these positions where you're like, I think we can get Necrophos here, and nope, you really can't. He just turns it around, Ghost Shrouds, uses all the wand charges, gets what's the value that he gets?
A lot of value.
75% healing amplification. I mean, I didn't. Someone do the math for me, but it looked like he had no mana, and all of a sudden he had enough mana to just turn on the Ghost Shroud, heal himself up, and.
So what's happening with this? Like, you know, mouz, I feel like it sucks that they have these internet issues. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Don't want to necessarily say that it shouldn't be happening because there's always like extenuating circumstances, but it does feel like, you know, you're a sponsored organization. Throw these guys a couple dollars so they can get some good internet. Maybe it's just not possible in Greece. I don't know.
Sometimes it's not possible. I mean, yeah. I definitely understand it. I live in an area where there was no good internet for. Actually, I still don't have good internet. I live in the middle of nowhere, so you know they just don't have service out here.
Yeah.
You might be a sponsor organization. A couple bucks is not going to be able to, you know, help you get good internet if you're in the same situation as I am. So.
Yeah. I guess that's fair. It just is too bad. Because there have been a couple moments where clearly they weren't playing their best, and it feels like half a second, a quarter of a second, it would make all that difference, you know? And granted, some of this for mouz has also been them just sometimes making bad decisions, I think, on occasion. Or not making bad decisions, I should say, but making decisions that are like high risk, high reward, and then they don't end up getting rewarded. So it's tough.
Yeah, it really is. And I just can't stress how much I feel like this is an outdraft. And
yeah.
Especially with this lead now, 5,000 usually I would say something that you can come back from, but with the picks that they have, with the picks that Kinguin have, I feel like it's like enough to make it look like a game that's just slipping away from mouz Sports.
We're getting the pause, please come out from Nisha. By the way, worth noting, 10-0-10 on Patos. This dude is playing some goddamn good Bat Rider.
10-0-10? It's pretty good.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
He's having a really good game for himself. And with those 3 kills, thanks. It is feeling rather rough for mouz Sports. Gonna have to shuffle back home with the 2 supports.
They did manage to make some trades happen, so at least, you know, they're not able to, or it forces Kinguin to be unable to take like these, like Roshan, for example. I think if Exotic Deer was still alive, they would have been able to take it, Roshan.
Well, even as it stands, they might be willing to think about it.
That is true.
Searing Arrows, damage talent. They also have the Deso done and a medallion. Yeah, they're doing it. Oh my god. Look at how quickly that Roche is falling.
Double damage. Take it.
Oh, baby. Yeah, that's some damage right there. Pop your medallion, you fool. There it is. Great stuff. And there's not really much that mouz are going to be able to do to stop this. It's a Blink Dagger done for maybe next time, but it doesn't solve the problem of Ancient Apparition versus Slark. It doesn't solve the problem of Bat Rider, them not having really an answer for it.
Skylark.
And he's going to end up dropping here again. So it's like the roar comes out, but to no avail. He is going to die. And I don't think that they're going to stop at the tier 1. They might have to because bottom's being pushed in.
I mean, this is a great trade for mouse sports.
Yeah.
Tier 1 for a tier 2.
Dire's bottom tower is
It's not even, I mean, they're still very far behind, but gotta take what you can.
11 to 30. Pipe done.
Under attack.
And needing to find an answer up here. A is going to TP back. Madara needs to respect this. It's not easy to
Dire's middle
push against that guy. Oh, and they're looking for Venom mid. He's going to TP out. Good decision right there. That would have been really bad otherwise. And the tier 2 looking like it's going to go down regardless of the force back and showing how easily something like that can happen.
Has fallen.
I think one of the big issues here too is that this Venomancer just doesn't really have the items he needs to fight with. Well, he picks up a Force Staff, so this definitely helps, but this damage output is not going to be very impressive. It's like just utility right now, and it's a tall order for this Slark to carry in these team fights.
We also have the BKB now done for Clinks. And Radiance done for Nisha on top of Pipe. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a lot of damage over time. Mischance everything, plus the BKB on the Clinks. I don't think that mouz can stop this push that's going to be coming next. And holding on to the Aegis also is just that icing on top. Oh, now he has an illusion rune as well. Oh, man. Yeah, they're going to go in through bottom. Send the illusions out. Push out the waves.
A ulti going to connect on the Earthshaker. They see where most of the Radiant heroes are. Nyx Assassin trying to find someone, but not going to be able to do so.
And this Necro Illusion, alive for 45 more seconds, should be able to push out the creep wave really effectively. As long as it doesn't end up getting brought down. Which there's a chance it could, but that is going to allow them to siege, most likely.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, they take it out. Still though, up here, they've caught themselves the Venomancer, they pull him back in, and Pale's gonna connect in a couple quick hits and he's gone. AA gonna end up TPing back to try and stop this push, get the Ice Blast off on a Skylark. They are going to force out the wards to come as well, and Nisha showing up. He's going to end up keeping them away. Reaper Sight that drops down. That's a dead Shadow Shaman.
Feels bad. Left behind.
Dire are scanning.
Man.
Wonder if he should have TP'd on the hill. TPing it from the low ground makes it very easy for Necro to just ulti him there.
Yeah. Well, deny the last tier 2. Still a minute and a bit left on the Aegis. We'll see if Kinguin want to try and push their advantage further and see if they can actually take a tier 3 tower here. With no Shadow Shaman and no buyback, should be possible.
There's also a BKB, like you mentioned earlier on the Clinks. Hasn't had to use it just yet, so gonna have a full duration one if he needs it.
All right.
Sitting at 10,000 now. 10,000 net worth lead.
Yeah.
Getting to that point. Unfortunately for Madara, he doesn't have enough for the BKB.
Oh, and they got the Earthshaker. That's really bad. Alright, Exotic Deer gets that kill. Madara now looking for some way to stop this push from coming, but it's just too difficult. And, well, they do get a Hex on Anisha. It's not really going to amount to much. They get the push back from the Flame Break. Ice Blast still being held on to. And, I mean, it's really not that great. Jump forward, they do get that DOT off, so Nisha's going to be taking some damage from that one. Still a liver for the moment. Diffusal Blade as well, but there's the Force Staff. Hex is out as well. Nisha is going to end up losing his Aegis, and K-Core going to go down too. Meanwhile, they had to TP back home with a couple as the tier 3 tower went down bottom.
But then on top, back at top lane.
Yeah.
They want to fight this. They know that not everyone is there.
All right, Reaper Sight needs to get it off. He ends up taken away. Oh, wow. All right, Madara playing the carry.
It can't work. This defusal pickup is doing quite a bit of work for them right now. Necrophos has to be a little more careful. He is very vulnerable without the Ghost Shroud. If Slark gets enough stacks, I mean, he's still a Slark, you know. He's gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Dire's top shrine.
For sure. And now with that tier 3 tower being taken down bottom, they can move in and try and do some damage to the shrines here. Dropping the wards down mid. Have Mouse Sports found themselves a way back into this game?
Well, it's definitely a start. A big victory for them to be able to have ratted themselves to tier 3 and still hold their ladder.
Oh, Ice Blast gonna connect Madara. It was looking good for a moment, but only a moment. And now maybe next time in trouble. Can't blink away. They got the Urn Charge on him. Plus he blinked forward. They drop down the Sentry Ward. Going to catch him and going to most likely kill him as well. They don't want to get caught out for an Echo Slam here. They're all grouped up together. They do manage to get off the full ultimate. Echo lands onto the Bat Rider. He is going to drop as well. Gem on the ground. They have to get that. Alicia walks over, makes it happen. Is he going to end up dying as well? They need to make sure that that gem doesn't end up getting taken, but they're going to end up losing everybody instead. They don't have it on Thug. It's still over there. Exotic Deer or somebody picked it up. It looks like it might have been on the courier, actually. And now the TP away. They don't have an answer. So 4 end up dying in the mad race for the gem.
That was the manliest Force Staff by AA, just running in the middle of everyone to secure that gem. And I think it worked out for them, you know. He managed to basically play football with it and dragged it back into his base, and kind of like Radiant were trying to stop him again, trying to get it back, and because they went that distance to catch him, they were kind of out of position. Perfect timing for the Necrophos to come back and clean up.
Oh. Even though it's a 10,000 net worth lead, it is by no means in the bag, as they're going to walk forward, and this is going to be no vision of Thug until it's too late. Impale is there, Exotic Deer to follow up. And that's just like, you look at where he is right there, he feels good about it. He can see pretty much everything, but
I'll take that.
Just happens that quickly. And that courier had a Mystic Staff.
Yeah, that's gonna deny Nisha of his Shivas. I think that's a pretty significant pickup. No Shivas for 3 minutes, but I don't think that's gonna stop them. They still feel like they can definitely push this mid lane.
Well, Alicia, he's again going to be that one that needs to hit a Ice Blast. They have the Bat Rider gem again, but they pull the Shadow Shaman out. Buyback on Venno. It's already down. Madara wanting to go in on this. This is not going to end up working. They do force to back out. The BKB is there, but he's still going to have the debuff on him. And they force the Glimmer Cape out. There's going to be the Roar. Connects onto 1. That's still facing the right way from K-Core, though, so they were able to force staff him back. And now BKB down on the Slark. They're not afraid of anything. Ice Blast back up in 18 seconds, but Madara throws the Diffusal Blade on Nisha. That slows them down. Doesn't really care. Still has all the regen in the world as those Death Pulse stacks add up.
Diffusal Blade only down to 3 charges now. He's going to have to replace it sometime soon, I believe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Mouse Ward. They're gonna go for a smoke. I think this is probably like
Radiant are scanning.
The game here.
Look at K-Core. Oh man, if he ends up going the wrong way, they head over there to this other side, and now Impale lined it all up. Oh no. Ice Blast is down, and he is out of there. Spartan in trouble now as well, as they're going to be able to find him, and sure, he's got these wards down, but it's not going to end up mattering. They find another. 3 are dead, no buybacks. Oh, wow.
Radiant's middle
I think that might be it. No buybacks on Anyone here, if Thug gets caught out, he has no buyback either.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
And I mean, they can just stay there and hit the tower. It doesn't even matter. Exotic Deer at level 24 as well. They go forward, hit the Impale, just putting salt in the wounds. And the Force Staff aggressively, almost able to push him all the way in. Patos has had himself a hell of a game on this Batrider. 10-1 and 20.
It ain't over yet. He still has a little bit of time to pad his stats. They're heading to the top lane now. He's going to try to take the last bit of frags. Skylark TP's in, or blinks in. Immediate BKB from Clean. Echo Fleet, not going to amount to anything.
Well, they get a big ulti out there, but it's maybe going to end up costing him his life. Ice Blast going to connect onto both of them. They pull the Earthshaker forward as well. Thug going to drop. The Echo Slam is good, but I don't think that even that's going to be enough. Slark trying to do the damage, and Kagor going to end up dying, but so too will Madara. He is going to be focused in just a second. Pato still able to kite away. Alicia, no mana or cooldown for his ulti, and good game finally going to be called. Kinguin take it 2-0 over Mouz.
It's hard to say how this series would have went if Mouse Horse had a different draft. I really feel like a lot of this just came down to the draft. I think that drafting the Slark after seeing a lot of the heroes that Kinguin had, especially as a 4th pick too. It wasn't even like a last pick type of thing. Or was it a last pick? It was a last pick. Yeah, it was the last pick. They did draft it as the last pick, but there was still one more pick afterwards. So
yeah,
they would have been countered even harder. I think Clinks is a pretty solid hero against Slark anyways, but to draft the Slark against an AA as well as a Necrophos, that is not going to be a good time for you.
For sure. Well, ladies and gents, that's going to do it for this second series of the day. We still have at least one more. There might be one after that, too. I need to check with the admins, double check with that. But it's going to be Secret facing off against Team Kinguin in just a few minutes. I believe that probably Kinguin are going to want to break since they just played these 2 games. But we'll be back and continue our coverage of the PGL Minor in just a little bit. Aosin and Lyrical, you 2 casters. See you guys then.